Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here. Hope you're having an excellent day. I just got a call from a friend of mine. Perhaps you've seen the video, but my favorite video I've ever done in the history of this channel is entitled, A Trucker Sent Me a Song. That trucker's name is James Burnett, and he's an incredible singer and songwriter. And I'll put a link to that video in the description if you haven't seen it. It's a very, very special moment in my life, and it has started a friendship, which I know is going to be a lifelong one, with James. And so James hits me up. He goes, dude, I got one for you. And he goes, my wife and I were listening to this channel, and we were suggested Pug Johnson and the Hounds, the song Angel, and we just can't get it out of our heads. So much so that it inspired me to write a new country song, and I reached out to him to see if he'd record it. And he responded, and we're working on it. And, dude, you need to know about this guy. And I was like, well, okay. I mean, I trust your judgment completely. So even though we don't have a live performance of this song, we're going to do the recorded version as an exception for my friend James. So James, love you, brother. Glad you're doing well out there. Let's hear Pug Johnson, the Hounds, and Angel, see what this is all about. Hit the button. G to C over G. Long intro. We're gonna get a story, I can tell.
Well, I've been restless since the day you stopped coming around.
Yeah.
And the pipe ain't helping. Lord, that sure is a sign that it's time I was settling down.
That's a good line.
And I've been weighing all my options. And girl, you're down every road.
Come on.
Tell me, how in the hell am I hurting? Knowing things you'll never know. And I said, Angel, when I call, will you come
Tight
running?
snare.
You know I do the same for you. Sing sweet and low to the tune I'm humming. Radio won't do. These blues of mine, they won't stop coming around. 'Cause Lord, my angel keeps this poor boy's feet on the ground.
Okay. Man, I just love unapologetic country love songs. I'm a sucker for them, which is probably why James thought of me when he heard this song, because he knows that. One, love the stripped down arrangement. Typically, you have all this ornamentation. You have all this production stuff. And this is, it's slow. It makes you earn the story. I like just the little additions of the little G major runs in the back, but always committing to go back to that B, that major third. I love when the piano comes in for that second stanza. It just makes it sound nice and big. And then finally, when it gets to the chorus there, when it goes to the 4 chord to C, because we're in the key of G, the full band comes in, right to the ride, bass that is just right in the deep spot of the mix. It's not too loud. Really tight snare. point of all of that is it's just in support of the song. And the message of the song so far is one that we all understand. I understand incredibly deeply. It's this angel up here that keeps this boy on the ground. And now we might not know whether or not, she's alive or whether she's just, we don't know the rest of the story, but that concept is one that I identify with completely and totally. I know before I found my wife, I was on an endless search of where do I go? What do I think about? What do I feel about? Who am I, right? I could have gone in a million different directions, had no purpose whatsoever. But as he said, the pipe definitely stopped working. Whatever your vice is, the bottle, the pipe, whatever it is. And maybe that's a sign that you should start settling down, right? Because you find that wherever you go, everything you didn't deal with has just followed you there, right? And so for me, it in every way took an incredibly strong woman to give me what I didn't know that I needed and wanted, which was a family to keep my feet on the ground. And then that was the turning point of my life where I finally just started to believe in myself and betting on myself and not just being subject to my emotions. Let's see where this goes.
There's trouble in my heart.
Everybody.
Oh, the way things have been. As if I wanted so bad to go. Why does it hurt so bad to leave? I said, angel, when I call, will you come running? You know I do the same for you. Sing sweet and low to the tune I'm humming. Radio won't do.
Real quick, you got E minor in there and a D. So you do have a 6 and a 5 chord. Those are the ones you're looking for.
These blues of mine, they won't stop coming around. Lord, my angel keeps his poor boy's feet on the ground. Lord, my angel, hey, my angel, hey, my angel keeps his poor boy's feet on the ground.
Little shuffle sneaking in there. That is a deceivingly simple arrangement and song. It had a really long intro to get you to this part, right? And then it's like you had verse, chorus, chorus, and then it was just kind of like gone, just like, double tag at the end. I dig it. So my first reactions are one, I completely identify with the sentiment of the tune. Clearly. Just went all through that, went deep right off the bat. It's kind of what happens. 2, I love when the arrangement is in complete support of the weight, the gravity of the song. There was no room for any extra bells and whistles. I mean, honestly, even some of the licks happening in the background, there were a couple that like you want to add so that you feel like there's this motion every time you get to a new stanza, and so you want to start with as much space as possible, but you want to keep layering and adding to keep the attention moving along. But there were a couple spots where I was just like, man, you didn't even need that. Like, his song really lends itself to minimalism. And 3, Pug, I love your voice, dude. I love your delivery. I love the drawl. And just the timbre, like the nasal, like throat kind of timbre, is such a throwback to the country singers that I grew up loving. That I can see exactly why James fell in love with your voice and wants you to sing one of his songs. Which, by the way, I hope you do, because James writes some killer tunes. Got to push him a little bit. Got to push him, but he'll do it, and he'll deliver you good stuff. And I'm glad that you guys met each other, and that I could do this. Guys, if you're watching, please, I'll put the link to Pug Johnson and the Hounds in the description, and also the video with James as well, so you can go and follow James. And that's it. That's the whole point of this community. Find new music so that we can be motivated and inspired to believe in ourselves, to make it stuff, to keep this in our hands, try to get just a little bit better every day. So do that, be well, work hard, believe in yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Thanks, James. There's always something in my throat when I sign off. Always.